Hi YouTube, it's me, Nikki from Nikki Loves Lux. Hope you're doing well. Maybe you can see one of my beautiful Murakami pieces in my hair. But me at my channel, Nikki Loves Lux. I'm Nikki. This is Nikki Loves Lux. Lux for me is anything from wearing a fabulous Louis Vuitton piece in my hair through to the luxury of being able to see with my new glasses. So anything at all to me and to you can be Lux. Now today I'm here to talk about second-hand, pre-loved, whatever way we want to talk it, and actually share a pre-loved piece I bought from an amazing brand that you can see, Bvlgari. So I've been in love with Bvlgari for a while. I bought this beauty in Rome. Hopefully you can see that. It's one of my favourite bracelets, mostly because it's a magnetic closure. But I also love the fact that it's got gold and it's got the leather there. So in my head, I've wanted a Serpenti bag for quite some time. Now, I hadn't bought one because I couldn't afford one. That's just honesty. That's hopefully what I give you a lot of on this channel. So a while ago I decided I look over my bags every once in a while, and I decide what items I want to move on, what I'm happy to keep, and then usually what happens is I use some of those funds to then purchase new items. Obviously they're not brand new always. Most of the time these days I buy pre-loved, and that's because a lot of these high ticket items, the minute you take them out the shop, like a new car, the value shoots down. So I've wanted a Bvlgari Serpenti bag, like I've said, for a long time. It doesn't come with all the things you would expect from it, but you see it comes in a dust bag. I'll show you this one today. And I think this one is very me. It is this absolutely stunning east-west shape in this absolutely gorgeous blue. If I show you the eyes. Beautiful green. I love the colours on this neck here. The leather itself is pretty. It's not perfection. It's like little bits and pieces, but you know, any person in the world isn't perfect either, and anyone that thinks they are is, yeah, probably just kidding themselves. So when we open inside, you can see there's a little mark here, but who's going to see that when I'm using it? Usually these come with like a mirror, I think it is. This one doesn't, but it's got your beautiful green inside, and it's got your Bvlgari there. What I love about it is actually partially the chain. Now this is where, to me, Bvlgari get the memo, right? Because they're a jewellery brand, they know how to make these things work. So if you look at this here, it's just like a necklace. So that comes off. The chain is such sensational quality. I cannot express to you how amazing this chain is. Beautiful gold. If I show you the bag in all its glory with the chain, it's just absolutely stunning. Because it's east-west and with a beautiful green interior, that's going to fit just about every kind of massive phone that anybody's got. If I show you the back, it also has the Bvlgari in gold here, so you can see that quite clearly. But to me, it's just perfect. I'm going to just do a quick stand up. Doesn't take me long. Now, it sits under the boob, which is good. That's where you want it to sit. Maybe too high on some, but you can see sits beautifully there. Also a good shoulder number 2. So perfect for going out, but perfect also, to me, I would wear this crossbody, no bother. But I just think it's the colour and the quality of the metalwork that makes this absolutely superb. Now, price. I've seen a lot of these bags go for a lot of money. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. I sell through a Facebook group called The Exchange. It's a shop in Kendal in Cumbria in the UK, but they also have a Facebook page. Sally, who's the owner of that business, it is absolutely lovely to deal with. I have sold through her for quite some time, and I'd sold quite a few older items that I had that I wasn't using. She does particularly well with like Vivian Westwood type items, Mulberry, those types of things sell really well. She has Hermes items, all sorts, but she does a great job with it, I've got to say. And for her, I knew I had money in the bank from what I'd sold, and I had been stocking this on her page for quite some time now. Its original price, and I had to save to buy, but I got it for, I think it was just under 500, which I think for a Bulgari leather Serpenti bag with a stunning chain, you could probably use that for something else, to be perfectly honest, because you could make that into a belt or even a really long necklace, which could effectively give you a piece of jewellery that you've got that you could say it's Bulgari, and it's a beautiful chain. But for me, that was a really great price for this leather, for this quality and this craftsmanship. To me, is sensational. Now, you'll see on lots of other channels the money people pay for these kind of bags. Some of them I've seen are over £2,000, and they probably aren't as loved or beloved by a lot of people because they maybe know the jewellery brand better than their handbag designs. Kind of similar to Cartier, who also have exceptionally well known and exceptionally well purchased jewellery, but their bags look sensational, and you probably don't see as many of them being used. So for me, it was a real no-brainer. I love the colour blue. When I've got my blonde, when I've got my hair down, you can see how blonde it is. This just pops, and it's absolutely perfect for me. So it was a complete and utter no-brainer, and a way for me to buy a bag guilt-free by selling items that I already had and buying something with it. And to me, that's why the pre-loved market is a market I will continue purchasing from. If you've not done that, then what? Have a look. There's some amazing groups. Obviously, you can look on Facebook, Insta, the internet, etc. You even get really incredible deals at places like Fashion File, Rue La La, lots of those kind of places out there. But for me, Vestiaire Collective is one that lots of people have used, but there's also great places like, I'm going to call them out as well, Bag Mad Boutique. Cherie there is sensational. She has sold some things for me so quick that I could barely blink. And for me, like, when you're selling things through those companies, that's why I don't mind paying them money from what they sell my item for. I think the best thing you can do is be realistic about what you're getting back. When I see things advertised online for sale, a lot of the time people want an amount that's really close to the retail price. But if you've had it for a year or two and you've used it loads, you've got to actually lower your expectations and really consider what you can sell it for, and is that realistic? And a lot of these companies will tell you if you're completely not being realistic, and that's why for me, I was able to buy something this fabulous. What I also love is you could take that chain off and use that as a clutch. If you're going to a wedding or even like some kind of lovely night out with friends, whatever, that's going to look absolutely sensational. And I love how you could just mix whatever metals you could and everything's going to be okay. So that's why for me this was like an absolute no-brainer purchase now. Because of those sales, I've actually bought two items. So I'm going to save the other one for another unboxing. It's actually not from a company. I actually bought it from a third party on Facebook, and a really great service for them. So I'll talk about that too, because I think it's important that, we share these things in places that for me I know I can trust, and people I know I can trust. You get to learn that. But yeah, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the second-hand market or resale market, whatever way you want to call it. You know, I've just watched the video by a love of mine, Winnie B LV. Winnie B has got some amazing items. She just bought a pair of beautiful golden goose trainers from a secondhand store, and they're absolutely sensational. So, you know, have a look in those areas. Look for absolute bargains. And, you know, just don't be afraid to actually trust some of these companies. A lot of them will have really good ratings and other pieces available out there. And if you want to know more about retailers or secondhand companies that I trust, I'm happy to answer any questions any you've got in the comments. But listen, thanks again so much for watching, and apologies for my appearance today. It's a wee bit wet in Scotland and my hair's just doing whatever the heck it likes, and you know, sometimes you just got to be a bit more au natural. But thanks so much for coming back today. Hopefully you love this as much as I do. I'm not sure if anyone could though, to be honest. Take care now, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.